I haven't been angry in about 10 years. Some people are not gonna believe this. You either stay at a certain amount of angriness your whole life, or you increase your angriness, your anguish, or it lessens. Most people are one of the first two. And then there's a few lucky beings that lessen their anger. While it's natural to be angry, it's default to be angry as a default mode. It doesn't feel good. And you don't want to be angry. No one wants to be angry. And there's nothing wrong with being it. But it's an experience that you never have to experience again. In fact, the experience itself is for you to not experience that feeling anymore. So I'll say that one more time. The experience is so you don't indulge. I can't think of the word. It sounds like it start with an E. In that anguish. So how am I not angry? Well, basically, I had to get over the anger. And even when it lasted, especially after because I would say I have one big anger thing. And once I got over that one big angry thing, all the other angers were very, I don't want to say mild, but I was very quick to get over them. A narcissist, and it is true to about a decent amount of people, they repress their feelings, repress their emotions. There's really no such thing as repressing your emotions because that's all just on an intellectual level, which I would include and call the game. Because once you leave the mind frame, and the mind frame is thoughts and emotions, there's a whole intelligence, there's a whole structure, a whole way to live your life, another way where you don't have thoughts, where you don't have feeling, but you experience a better feeling that's better than the thoughts and better than all feelings. And this is a physical sensation that you feel, but it is metaphysical in a sense you can't see it. It can be felt, which is pure joy, sometimes excitement, and more importantly, God's love. The streamline of love is the absolute top priority, the best feeling you can feel. It is number one. You can never have a better experience. You can have sex with somebody and make a baby, and you'll still... Now, it's unlikely because that experience brings upon this, but it doesn't last. You can even have sex and still not feel this. There's people out there that aren't even having sex out of love. Anything can be out of love. But most people think, or were programmed to think, it has to do with intimacy. It has nothing to do with sex and intimacy at all. It's completely bizarre and misinterpreted. Why am I saying this? I can teach anybody and guide anybody to their best life. I do consultations. Soon, sometime in the future, they're not going to be available. This is going to be a one-time thing. Unless you're next to me on an exclusive level, which would probably be a disciple at that point. And you're probably not going to go there. Why am I not going to be doing the single individual things? Because I'll be doing programs where it's in a group and bigger and live. Auditoriums, podiums. Think that. The anger boils your blood. The one time that I had a girlfriend a long, long time ago, that just seems like yesterday, I got so mad. And the thing of it, it really was not even bullshit the reasons I would get mad, because I wasn't a super angry person all the time. It was stuff that she would do that would make me mad, of course. And then the environment was very angry in itself. I overcame my environment. And the reason why, if I'm looking back at the reason I was angry, it wasn't all the stuff that I was doing or she was doing. It was just the fact that I was feeling anger, and anger is such a creeping emotion, instinctual thing, that you fall into it. Life is a pitfall, pit trap. But once you see the initial snap, when you go into anger or anything, you can catch it, and then you'll never feel it. You'll know it's coming. And then you won't even have to know it's coming, because you won't be there. You'll be in a whole different dimension. Because feeling is dimensional. You are in a different dimension from when you're happy. It's just the feeling of happiness. God, the streamline I was talking about, if I mentioned it. And then there's anger. It doesn't matter what the anger is coming from, where it's coming from. It's anger, it's a feeling. You want to escape it. As a great escapist, that's basically what life is. And as I was saying, 50% of people repress their emotions. And why? And so that's not a good thing either. Just like people, voice, celibacy, semen retention, they force it. So they're having an ongoing battle. They truly don't agree with it, but their mind's they're trying to convict their mind. It may work. A small percentage works. It's not a full credit thing for most people. You actually have to want to do it. I'm not going to go into semen retention right now, but I could. So anger, people can be doing angry things. Smoking cigarettes could make you angry. Situations, usually environmental, can make you more angry. When I got into these fights with my girlfriend, or I was mad, it was coming from me. I was the pole, the North Pole, the South Pole. I was angry. And I wasn't even a very angry person. So once I conquered that, my life lesson, that's like my biggest life lesson. In fact, I don't even consider her a girlfriend anymore, which was my true twin flame. Your twin flame is actual a teacher. Has nothing to do with sex and kissing. Nothing in life really has to do with kissing and sexing. People don't like to hear that though. Your whole life would be actually to uncover and relinquish your anger. I just want to say a few more things. And again, looking back, there was nothing I was absolutely angry at that she did. There were some small things that might have ticked me, but the anger was just residing in me. It had nothing to do with her. Obviously, you're young and you don't know this. That's one of my biggest lessons. And that was even before the last time I really got angry, because I remember, because if you want to know about your past lives and remembrance, you are communicating through a feeling. So these people make you feel a way because everything is made up from the planets and God's divine to happen in this way. Life's more unwinding and rewinding than it is going forward, so to speak. But it is going forward to some degree too. On the spiritual way, not to dive too deep in there. One of the last times I got angry, and it was more so mild, was when someone stole a bunch of money off of me. In fact, that happened a couple times to think of it. And each time I did get angry, but this was all before, 19 was the last time I was angry. And I had somebody steal I don't even know if it was money. It probably equated to money. It might have been my camera, or someone stole money off of me, and it was actually my brother, my stepbrother, but doesn't matter. I never called him that anyway. And that made me angry, but I don't remember how. It was very short-lived, a couple days at most. It might have just been even a day. And so, ever since all those things, I've never been angry. Personally. I have a funny story. I could tell it too, but this video is long enough. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been angry at someone. I can't even hold that anymore. Make sure you subscribe. I don't even like saying that, but everyone else on YouTube does. Most people. I'm not saying that anymore. They say oh, you get more of a chance people subscribing. Well, guess what? Fuck them people. If you're not gonna subscribe to this, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm still making buckets. Has nothing to do with them. They aren't gonna be there. They can witness the buckets. I'll see everyone soon.